So now we're going to deal with the stack, which is the most common situation. So this is very important for the beginners to know, is when you get caught in an armbar, you need to know the natural reaction is to pull back. Okay, so meaning, just like the same thing I usually compare when you place your hand on the fire, you want to, pull back out of the danger. The problem with the armbar is that if you start pulling back, it just, makes it easier for me to hyperextend your arm by thrusting my hips forward. So it is against what is your natural inclination. You should try to crush. So when I say crush, this is what the stack of defense is all about, is to come closer. So a lot of the times when I come back a little bit, when I'm attacking an armbar, it's a battle between me trying to extend my hips and he's trying to fold me in half. So this is a battle that sometimes I can win, sometimes I can't. So whenever I feel like I'm here in this armbar position and I cannot fully extend, I cannot finish, I need to change this before he gets very dominant with his stack. One of the most dominant things he can do is take control of my head. Once he takes control of my head, it's not impossible to do the technique that I'm going to show here, but it's definitely more difficult. So what do I do before it gets to that point? Once I feel like I can no longer extend, I'll switch my grips. So I got to make sure that I got the arms still. But this hand here, the hand that's closer to my opponent's body, will switch and will go under. Okay? Now, if he's sitting back, okay, usually he won't be regardless of the stack, but if he's sitting back, I can always find room to get my arm in there by using my legs to tilt him forward. Now, traditionally, you are taught to place your hand right here. This is the usual way that this is done. Hand between the leg, the thigh, and the calf. Okay? Now, I don't like doing this for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is that if you're doing this with MMA gloves, it's hard to get in there and very easy for him to trap. If he sits back on this thing now, my arm is stuck. If I had gloves on, my arm is really stuck, and all of a sudden he can tee off with a free hand here, and I cannot do much about it. So I prefer for Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts to go underneath, so right here. So I tend to go under the shin, and it's almost a position where I can, press up like shot put. Okay? So what I'll do is that I'm going to tilt him forward. And that's the detail that I want to focus on today, is when you try to do this technique where you're tilting the armbar and try to bring it down to change the angle, don't go sideways. So the idea is not to rock him this way, because he's fighting that position. He's going to be stable. He might even have a base up there with the right leg. So I'm not going to be able to take him that way. What I need to do is change the angle by bringing the forehead first to the ground and then tilting him sideways. Whether he has a base or not, let's put it with the base up. It doesn't matter because I'm changing the direction. So watch this. It's here to here and then there. Okay? Then all of a sudden he's where I need him to be. I would lock my ankles here just in case he tries to, push on them there. And I break with my whole body his arm down. Don't fall down from here and then try to bring his arm, because now it's arm power against arm power. And instead, it's much easier to use your whole body to get it there. Ideally, eventually in the end, you want one grip on the wrist, one grip on the elbow. So once more. We started right here. We had an arm bar. We thought it was good, but he's crushing. So change the grip and get your hand in there. Forward movement of the head. Try to bounce that head off the mat and then push off. So it's like a rocking chair. Load up, change directions, and apply pressure there. Watch this here is a cheap, way to do the arm bar. Much better if I squeeze my knees here. So you can see for the same extension, once I squeeze my knees, I need less effort to finish. Okay?